Aphasia Access envisions a world where healthcare providers, businesses, and community leaders all know the tools that help people with aphasia navigate life, whether that life exists in acute or rehabilitation care, ongoing services, or community life in general. In order to help the person with aphasia to participate in conversation, we need to adjust the way we communicate as skilled conversation partners. People with aphasia need our help in order to engage in a variety of normal activities that involve spoken interactions. If we adjust our communication methods effectively, we can provide communication access to goods, services, and activities for people with aphasia. Access that most of us just take for granted. In this video, you will learn how to adjust your talking to facilitate communication. Showing respect. By using the following sets of techniques, you will set the tone for the interaction to follow. People with aphasia are often treated as though they are no longer intelligent. You can help the person with aphasia to understand that you know that they are still intelligent despite the aphasia, and that you will help them to convey their ideas. A. Adult language and tone of voice. Use normal vocabulary, typical body language, and an adult tone of voice. It is really important to avoid sounding patronizing in any way.
You know what? When you have good energy and a good attitude, it does.
I agree.
It filters this way.
At least help one and two help.
Okay, well, we're a team, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
B. I know you know. When communication difficulties arise, tell the person in various ways that you know they have something important to say and that you're going to help them get their message across.
So what is the most important thing for you in your communication that you want to work on? What is the thing worrying you most with communication?
I'm thinking that's not the speaking.
Okay. So I just write down what you say so that I can check that I understand, because I know you know.
I know.
Okay.
By using these respectful techniques, you have set the stage for a more productive interaction. The person with aphasia knows that you believe in them and are going to work hard to help them communicate with you. Talking techniques to help exchange information. Once you've established a positive communication atmosphere by using techniques that show respect, you'll need to adjust the way you speak to make it easier for the person with aphasia to understand you and also help them express themselves. Number 1. Adjusting talking. There are a number of speaking techniques that you can use to help the person with aphasia to better understand what you're saying. Number 2. Simplified language. While remembering to use appropriate and adult vocabulary, you could try to use somewhat simplified vocabulary. For example, you might choose the word car or train rather than transportation. You might use the word operation rather than surgical procedure.
That's a stroke. But when it happens to the left side of the brain and it weakens the right side of the body, then the other things that get involved are, like you told me, the talking and other things. We didn't even test them yet.
Number 3. Repeat. People with aphasia may benefit from hearing a word or phrase more than once in order to understand. Sometimes repeating a message smoothly may help.
So, Chris, you had your stroke. You had your stroke 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your stroke was 2 weeks ago.
Number 4. Paraphrase. As well, you may find that you need to convey the same idea using slightly different words in order for the person with aphasia to understand. So if you see they are not being understood, try to paraphrase your message.
Who else do you communicate with a lot? Who else do you speak to and communicate with a lot?
Number 5. Add support. Adjusting your talking is the most natural way to help a person with aphasia to better understand your message. To increase your effectiveness at getting your message across, you can add gestures, write your message down, or use illustrations. Evaluate understanding. In general, start by adjusting your talking and watch the person with aphasia carefully to see if they are understanding you.
So, do you know which side of the brain suffered the stroke? Do you have any idea? Okay, so this is exactly why I want to help you, right?
Add support. If the person doesn't appear to understand you, then add some communication support. Use gesture. While you're talking, also add some gestures.
So the side of your brain that had the bleed,
Right.
right, is the left side of the brain.
Write key words. If necessary, while you're talking, write down the key words in your message.
Right now you're in the hospital. Right now you're in the hospital, and soon, hopefully, you're going to be moved. Mm-hmm. And from the hospital, you're going to go into rehab.
Show illustrations. If you need to add more information, you can show illustrations that depict the important concepts.
So let me explain a little bit to you. You know that the stroke affects the brain. Did you know that?
Yeah. That's now
Now you have a bit of an idea. Okay.
Your skill as a communication partner is the best way for you to help the person with aphasia to engage in a conversation with you. Just like a person with a wheelchair is provided physical access via a wheelchair ramp, you can ensure that people with aphasia are provided communication access through using a set of basic techniques.